So we have multiplying decimals here. This is going to be section 6.5. Monday we're going to be dividing decimals. Then we're going to be doing some decimal word problems on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday we're going to do decimal quiz. On the back side of the room, since I took down the ISAT posters because there's no such thing as ISAT anymore, I have a preview. We have PARCC testing. On the back of the room there's a preview as to what is going to be going on for the next week. I will update it every Friday. So multiplying decimals. Now, multiplying decimals is, I've heard so many students today say that it's easy. The only part that's hard is people do not know how to multiply multiple digit multipliers. Okay, they don't know how to do that. I'm not going to teach you how to multiply multiple digit integers. Okay? That was for your third grade teacher to teach you lattice method, if you learned that. Or in the past, I don't know what grade it was, maybe sixth grade, where you did multiple digit products. Okay? The product of multiple digits. I'm not going to teach you that here, so if you have questions as to how I did that, please stop tapping your pen or pencil, whatever that is. We're not going to do that here because we are not worrying about that. We are multiplying decimals, and I'm going to teach you how to multiply decimals. I'm not going to teach you how to multiply numbers that are higher. Is that clear? I will be happy to help you outside of class, like during lunch and during activity. I will help you learn that. Lattice method takes too long. Yes, it does. Now, shh. It's also a third grade thinking process. That was a third of your life ago where you learned how to do that. Don't you think that your brain capacity is a little bit higher when you've lived a third longer? Right? Okay, who is smarter? The third grade you or the seventh grade you? That's exactly what I'm talking about. No. Okay. All right, here we go. Multiplying decimals. Explanation. When you're multiplying decimals, you should multiply the numbers in the problem first without worrying about the decimal points. And in fact, we're not even going to have the decimal points in there when we do the multiplication. The decimal points will not even be in there. The decimal points will not even be in there. So after you multiply, what you're going to do is you're going to count the numbers that are to the right of the decimal point. Count the spaces in the lines, in all the lines of the problem, not just the top line. So what people often do is they just do that one, 32.03, and you count those decimals. No, we have to combine them all. Now, I'm trying to find out what is going to happen to help you guys do better on your tests. I haven't graded this class yet. I'm sure that you guys are going to do well, and I hope that you guys average higher than a 75% and you get first, just as I want everybody to challenge themselves to beat out the other classes. Okay? To help you focus what you're doing, I'm going to show you what I used to do in my algebra classes when I was going through my notes to study for my tests. And that was, actually, I still do it today. I did this here. See how it's got a box? See how that's a box? See how that's a box over there? What draws to your attention, the homeworks or that save button? Save, because it's boxed in and it has some sort of almost looks like a frame. So you're showing yourself when you're going through these notes, hey, this is the part that I need to do. Or this is the part that I need to memorize. So I want you all to do that very similar thing. You're going to go put a box in close to this whole section here, because this is something you're going to want to remember and memorize how to do that, because that applies to all things. Then you're going to make a little bit bigger of a box. So you frame it in. Then you're going to shade that part in with the same pencil that you're using. If you use a highlighter to shade in, that's cool, that's fine, whatever you need to do. So when you look at this, multiplying decimals, when you're going through and studying for the quiz on Thursday, you'll be like, okay, hey, this is something important, I should know this. Yeah? Yes? Maybe? Maybe? Yes?
How come you haven't updated time?
Because I'm going to show you what your guys' looks like. Nope, it's going to be upgraded this weekend. Here's the stuff to be graded for your class. And here is, this is all I have left for 5th period. That's it. Because, not really. I'm just showing you that there's certain nights I want to do it, but also the tests that take 3 hours to grade, or 2 hours to grade each section, that pushes back because I go home from volleyball and I just grade papers all night until I fall asleep. Believe me, I don't have TV. I go home, I grade papers, I pet my dog, and then I go to bed. I have a dog. I pet my dog.
You don't have a TV?
Oh, I have a TV. I don't have cable. Okay.
Netflix and Hulu is on TV.
Amazon Prime Instant Video is the bomb diggity. Okay, here we go. So we already talked about those. Now, in the answer to the problem, I'm right here. In the answer to the problem, count right to left the total number of spaces you come up with in the previous step and place the decimal point there. So we have, we have 1, 2. So there's 2 numbers to the right of the decimal. I'm going to zoom in on this. Then on this one we have 1, 2, 3 decimals, and there are 3 numbers to the right. And 3 plus 2 is what? 5. So that means that whatever the product is between these guys when we're not paying attention to the decimals, we're going to have it be 5 numbers from the right. Okay, 5 decimal places from the right. So for time reasons, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use my... Normally we don't use calculator first, and we won't later, but I'm just going to show you this right now. So we have 3203, because we're not worrying about parentheses, times 74, because we're not worrying about parentheses. We have 237,022. Wait for it. Now we are going to take those 5 decimal points, or those 5 decimal places, and count back from the right. We're going to take it back 5 decimal places from the right. So we're starting here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my decimal place. So my final answer is going to be 2.37022. We'll work out the next ones. I just wanted to demonstrate the decimal movement on that one. Okay? Any questions on that? No? Do you need to stand up? Are you getting sleepy? Okay. If you need to, you can stand up behind. Okay. Okay, because I noticed that you didn't. Did you write? Yeah, you did. Okay, good. Yes.
Our football season was supposed to end yesterday. Now we have like 2 more practices.
Oh. Here we go. Next one. Next example. This is guided practice. Okay, in-class samples. So we have R equals negative 15 and 32 hundredths times 315 thousandths. First thing I want you to recognize is this. You should look for any negatives in this product that will be. There is one negative, isn't there? Yes. So because we are so smart, when you multiply any negative number times any positive number, what is the product, positive or negative? Very good. It is negative. So I drew a line, or I drew an arrow up here going, hey, you guy, Scott, look, when you're done with this, it's got to be negative. Okay? No, the product is going to be negative, not me. No, it's like, hey, Scott, look, the answer is going to be negative. Look. That's what's happening. I'm telling myself that because I don't want to make any mistakes. So, first step is going to be what? What's the first step? Like that negative thing, that's integer awareness. I want you guys to make sure you don't make that mistake because some of you will on the test where it should have been negative, you lose half a point. What do we got?
You gotta line the decimals up.
Line the decimals up. Look in that box above what you just circled. Does it say anything about that? What does it say about decimals? It says you got to line the decimals up. It says nothing about that there. Actually, it says to not worry about the decimal points. So what are we going to do? Not worry about them, exactly. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to rewrite this without any decimal points. Okay, fine. Sorry. It's okay. Hey, if you have it the same way, it's going to come out to be the same thing.
Yeah, I'm getting the perfect 3.
Now, this is the part where you're like, I'm going to draw lattice stuff. Okay? And I see a couple of you do it. Okay? I'm going to do this without any stuff that you can find in the garden center at a hardware store. So no lattice. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this. Looks like people who are doing lattice have already started going with it, but the bottom line is this. I'm going to do this up here. You do this there. Let's see if we come up with the same thing as being 1,532 times 315. Yes?
So we can do lattice for this?
Lattice is officially banned because it takes too long and we're not third graders anymore.
It sounded like we could do
I know my math facts.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to check myself so there's no wrecking of oneself. Oh. That, if you don't know how to multiply, big numbers, I can't help you during class because we don't have time for that. However, I would be glad to help you during activity before school or during lunch. Okay? So we have to remember to put this negative in there. So here's what I have. Oops. Negative 4. Ew. Negative 4, 8, 2, 5, 8, 0. What's the next step? Are we done? No. What do we do, Abby? Good. So we are going to zoom in on this so we can see what we're talking about here. Whoa, boy. Whoa, okay. That's the opposite of what I wanted to happen. There we go. View plus, view plus, view plus, view plus. Okay. So let's count how many decimals we have in the whole product, or before we get to the product, the multipliers. So how many do we have? 5, okay. Well, can you name the digits of what they are, left to right, please? Okay, we have 1 here. Okay. Good. So there are 5 decimal places. 5 decimal places. So we are going to take this number here, which is absolutely gigantic. And we're going to take the decimal place. Stop talking. We're going to take the decimal place from over here. And how many times did we find out? Good. 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put that decimal place right here. So the answer is negative 4.8258. I don't need this 0 here when I'm done, but it's not wrong like that, okay? It's just if you wanted to, you can go on forever this direction. Another. That way, because you don't need to stop. Yeah? Shh. Hey, there's one person talking right now, and it's not anybody other than the person I'm pointing to.
Like in all the answers of the questions, like the two that we did, like the example, like it was
This one it won't be. The next one it won't be. Good observation. This one it won't be. Yep, the next one. Next one, we have to evaluate. So, wait, by the way, did everybody have that written down already? Okay. Get these out of there. Get out of here. We have negative 0.0024 F times the opposite of 16.7 G. Yep, negative 16.7 G. Now, what do we need to do with these variables when we are multiplying things together first? Okay, Max? Let's make them go on a vacation. Okay, through the distributive property, we're going to kick them out for a while. G and F. So we're calling them Francine and Gary are going on a vacation. So they leave for a while. Okay, we got the house all to ourselves. So next thing we're going to do is, as the instructions say, which you boxed in above, it says that we are going to multiply those numbers together and ignore the decimals. So I have 167 times 24. Ooh, I forgot to do the integer thing. How many negatives do we have in this? 2, and there's only 2 of them that we're multiplying together. So when you have 2 negatives that you multiply them together, it becomes positive. Good. So I'm going to point to this negative here. I'm going to point to this negative here, so I know that it's going to be positive, and I don't need to worry about the rest of that there. Okay. So we have 167 times 24, and I'm going to work that out. Okay. And people with lattice method, I've been trying to. Like, you guys always start way before I do, and I want to start at the same time and show you, but that's fine. So let's work this out. You guys start this, 127 times 24. I'm going to do it up here. Hopefully we'll get the same thing when you get done. Go ahead. And the reason I'm able to do that so fast is because I know my math facts. And I'm back. Phone call over. All right. So we have 4,008. How many of you got that?
Me.
Good. Okay, that is the correct answer. And if I were at home right now, that would be a point where I would check myself. 167 times 2, 4 equals 4,008. Sheboygan, Wisconsin, we got it. Okay. So I'm going to write down. So we have 4,008. Now we have to look into 2 things. Number 1, do we have a negative number? Do we have to do that? No. Okay. Is there any, how many decimals do we have? So I guess it's 3 things. How many? 5. We have 5. So we're going to go, let's get these out of here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to move this over real quick. Oop, that's not the same color I was using. Come here. So we have, starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Yes, we need to move it over here because there's a placeholder. We need to use 0 as a placeholder as it says above. Boom. 0.04008. And we're done, right? All right, let's go home. No. Hold on. Chillax. What are we forgetting? Shh. Blake, what are we forgetting? Their names are Francesca and Gary. Was it Francine? Okay. Francine and Gary. Why am I talking about Francine and Gary? They did on vacation, but they still have to come home. Yeah. Yeah, they were on vacation. They need to come back. So we have to add Francine and Gary.
Are they back together then?
For today, yes. Okay? We have to add Francine and Gary back in. Yes. Shh.
Like you got like you kind of like 7, 4, 2, 0, 0. Like why did you do that?
Why did I? Hey, stop talking. Why did I count 5? You mean when I was using the highlighter?
No, like whenever you underline.
Because I have to know how far the decimal point goes over. The question is, why did I count these over? Stop talking. When I turn my back, stop talking. If you're still talking, you can go sit outside and finish these on your own without my help. Is that clear?
Oh, I understand.
Let me reiterate just to make sure that you're not just saying that, okay? The reason why we count how many decimal points there are is because of what it says right here. Count the spaces in all lines of the problem, not just the top line. Then from there, in the answer to the problem, count from right to left and the total number of spaces you have, end up with the previous step with the decimal point in that spot. So that's just saying the reason why we've counted those is because the original number, however many numbers are to the right of the decimal point, that's how many decimal placeholders we need to jump back. Okay? Yes. And we're back. So it is 0.04008 FG. Now here are the 3 examples that I told my other classes that we would do together because we have 15 minutes to do it. Okay? We have 15 minutes to do it. I would like you to please... I'll do number 5 with you. We'll do number 7, 8, 9 together. Please cross off 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are easy. Cross off 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Like up here, like how do you do that?
Oh, we didn't do C. Okay, part C, or number C. We will do this one. Yeah, let's do this one before we do that. Oops. So we are going to evaluate 4y cubed. Okay, I'm not going to have you guys. I'm just going to have you follow along with me because we don't have time to go with it. I'm going to print you out what we've done up here. Okay. All right. So y cubed is actually y because. So we're going to have 4 times 0.6 0.6 times 0.6 because it's telling us what y equals. Okay? It's telling us what that is. That was from the second test took. Yes?
You told us not to use like the little X.
It's because there's a decimal point here, and I don't want to confuse you.
Yeah, that's why I never got like look. It was
Okay? Here, this is what I did last period. I'll do it like this. I'll do it like this instead. How about this? 4 times y times y times y. There. Okay? And y equals 0.06. So we have 4 times 0.6 times 0.6 times 0.6. Ooh. I'm going to do these guys. Let's go here. This is 4 times 6 is 24 because this is the point where I'm ignoring the decimal points. (24) times that, so there.
Are they still running in the rain?
They're not running. They're not running anymore.
Yeah, they are. Who said that? Hey.
Okay, question I have for you. Does that matter compared to what you're doing right now?
No.
No. Okay. It doesn't matter whether they're running out there right now.
You want to be a loser.
864. I checked myself. No wrecking of oneself, so we're good. So we are 864. Now, how many decimal places are in that one? How many decimal places? 3. Jace? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. There's 3. Good. So we start here. 1, 2, 3. There's my decimal. My final answer is 0.864. Somebody last period said, what about the y? We took care of the y already in this section. Okay, this is one y, that's a y, that's y. We already took care of it. Yeah. Okay, I can give it to you. It's in the Wednesday homework bin. Remember, when you're absent, that's the first thing you're supposed to checkity-check. Okay, so it's 0.864. 0.864. All right, now here's what you are all going to do. You are going to start number 5, 6, and 7, and if you get to 8. So I want you to do 5, 6, and 7. YouTube, I will be back in 3 minutes to begin working on that. So YouTube, you can pause it and then come back 3 minutes later, or one of the other two. My class, I'm going to come back in 3 minutes, and you may begin. If the way you do it is too long, what do you mean?
I do the long multiplication.
That's because you don't know your math facts.
That's how I learned it.
I know. Well, that's
That's how I did it too.
that's fine if that's the way you do it. But the bottom line is the reason why it takes you longer is because the math facts aren't in your head, and just in your.
I know them. It's just the other way is too.
Good. Well, that's fine. So we have 7:45. So A and B are going on vacation. So we have Adam and Bethany. I'm using all the names from like when I was a kid, not like Bryce and like Andrea, like all the stuff when you guys are kids. Seriously, everybody's a Blake, a Bryce, Brett.
Rice Krispie treats. Rice Krispie treats.
Are you still working on these three? Let's go. Yeah, mic's on. Shh, quiet. Be quiet. I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Oh. Checked myself, no wrecking. Then I'm going to count how many decimal places I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. Then I have to bring Adam and Bethany, or Brittany, whatever their names were. Ashley and Bartholomew back in there.
It was Bethany.
Ooh, there's a negative. Thank you. I didn't point to it. I'm trying to go too fast. It's a negative. This is what you should have for that one. You're welcome. I'm going to pass out your homework. Yes, you have to do all of them. There are not any variables on this homework. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to continue working, YouTube. I'm going to continue working on number 6, 7, and 8. because I just wanted people to know what I'm doing as we're doing this, as you guys are getting ready to go. We can't forget about this variable here. We think we're done. We still have to put it back in there. So the correct answer is 65.92p. Okay, so that's the answer to that one. We're still not talking, people. We are still not talking. Pull that whole thing over. So there's the answer to that one. Next, we have this guy. We have to evaluate mx minus c. mx minus c. So we have 4.25 minus 0.71. Okay. We have to do these guys first because of the order of operations. So we have 4.25, and because we know that 4 times a quarter is just 1, then we have minus 7.71. Okay. Do I need to? Would you guys know what I just did there if you're watching this video right now? Yeah. Okay. So we have 1 minus 7.1. That's fine. I'm going to keep going when you guys are gone. We had 29.29 is the correct answer to that guy. Quiet, please. As you guys are rolling out, the last person to close the door, if you could close the door so I could finish this last one, I'd appreciate it. But since you guys are leaving momentarily, in 30 seconds, have a great weekend. Have fun, be safe, make good decisions. And still I ask you, please be quiet so the people that are actually wanting to watch this can hear it. So, silencio. Bye, guys. Take care. Last person out. Close the door behind you, please. So we have A equals 9.2. So it's 9.2 plus 0.01 times 0.6. These are the ones that have to do with this unit, so I'm going to use them first. So kind of this guy is going on a vacation here, so he's just going to go hang out over here for a little bit. 9.2 plus, then we got this. So we have 0.6. We're not going to worry about the decimal point right now, so we're just doing 6. 6 times 1, which is 6. We have 1, 2, 3 decimal points. So we have 1, 2, 3. And that's where we're at. So we're going to bring this guy back in from vacation. So we're going to pull this guy over here. But I can't see it now. Go the other way. There we go. So we have 9.2 plus 0.006, which is going to be 9.206. And that's adding decimals. And there's an announcement. We don't have any variables left. This is the correct answer. Let me check myself, because this is not a test, so I can answer, or I can make sure that I'm doing this correctly. So we have 9.2 plus 0.6 times 0.01. That's not what I meant to do. Let me do this order of operations, because these calculators are not smart. 0.01 times 0.6 equals times, oops, no, I want the plus. Plus 9.2 equals, yay. So we are good. It's the weekend. Let's get that out of there. It's the weekend. We had this equal to this, which makes everybody happy. There's that. Back out. View 100. View 25. So you can see the whole page. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, it's really far away. Let's go 50. Whoop. 50. Here's what we did today. Multiplying decimals. If any of you need help getting these answers because you don't know how to multiply, come see me during activity. Come see me after school on Monday or Fridays. Come see me during lunch. I'll be happy to help you, but we cannot take class time to teach you stuff that you should have learned in previous years. That's that. And, yeah, stay dry this weekend.